and welcome to my channel, The Future Empress. My name is Anna and today I'm gonna talk about the booktubers who inspire me. So the world is a bit of a fragile state, so I thought that to spread some love in this kind of world, I would talk about the booktubers who inspire me or I admire and look up to. So I have 9 booktubers to talk about who inspires me and this channel. I wanted to maybe find 10 so it would be an even number, but personally I am an odd number person, so for me it won't bother me that it's 9. I hope it won't bother you. I got a fluffy blanket and a cup of green chai latte if you want to grab a hot beverage or a cold beverage if you live in the other time zones like Australia. Go for it and yeah, join me while I just talk about some beautiful people that I admire. So the first channel I want to talk about is Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. So the very first video that I watched from BookTube was A Clockwork Reader's bookshelf tour, and that is what made me dive into the rabbit hole of the BookTube community, and I discovered there was this whole community under the surface that no one knew about, me especially, and I was an avid reader even then. And then I discovered this whole community on YouTube that I had no idea existed. Hannah's video really just pulled me in and just made me join the dark side. So I'm forever gonna be thankful for her and her videos because she's the reason that I am here today. So that is why I wanted to talk about A Clockwork Reader first. I really connected with her love of fantasy, and our reading taste was actually quite the same at the time, and I don't think it's that different now. When I first discovered her, it was so weird to find another person who were reading the exact same books as you and were looking for the same kind of books, and she just showed me so many books that I never knew existed that I today love with all my heart. And that's why I really enjoyed her recommendations. She inspired me to read more and to pick up a lot of more diverse books that was out there that wasn't just the normal white cis woman writing something, which isn't always a bad story, but that was primarily the content I was consuming in books was from white women authors, and she just opened up for a whole other world of diverse authors and LGBTQI books that I hadn't found that many of. She's the one who inspired me the most to make my own channel. Whenever I was watching her videos, I always thought, I want to do that. It took me a couple of years, but I finally did it. Hannah hasn't been as active the past year, and that is due to some personal things that she's going through, and I fully respect that, and every other booktuber who is on break because of this pandemic also, just and mental problem. You come first and then creating content. And I still love her and I am willing to wait for her to get better and more fit to make videos again. And when or if she decides to fully join BookTube again. The next person I want to talk about is Hailey from Booksandlala. I originally subscribed to her channel when she was doing the Closet Unhaul series, and I primarily just watched those videos. I didn't watch a lot of her other videos, to be honest. But last year I discovered that I just love listening to her talk about books or anything in general. She's really intelligent in the way that she articulates herself, and she's one of my favorite booktubers today. So when I first started watching her videos, we didn't actually have a lot of books in common. Her reading taste was a lot different than mine and still is very different. Originally, I thought that I had to have the same reading taste to be able to enjoy the content that the person was creating and putting out. However, I was so wrong because her videos is just so original and very well crafted, and she deserves a lot of recognition for that, and I am so sorry that I was late to the party. I've been binging her old videos lately because I just can't get enough of her videos. and realized that she's always been this way. It just wasn't something that happened last year. She's always been this good in articulating her feelings and her words about a book, and she doesn't just say something, she really thinks about it, and I really appreciate that. Her videos actually made me spread out more in the books that I decided to pick up, because I trust Kayla's recommendations and I trust that the book would be good, but I do know that because our tastes are so different, I do take it into consideration. I don't read all the books that she recommends, of course, because some books I just don't have any interest in. But the ones that I feel, oh, I actually might enjoy this, and I wouldn't have thought of it before she talked about it. So I'm very grateful in that way. And because of that, our tastes have begun becoming a bit more similar now, because I've been picking up books that I didn't know I would actually enjoy, and did enjoy them. So what I'm getting to is that Kayla, she inspires me to read outside my comfort zone and not be afraid to branch out and read different books and different kind of genres that I never thought I would actually enjoy. And also just her vlogs and the amount of books that she reads in a year is a constant inspiration to us all. The next person I want to talk about is Hailey in Bookland. So Hailey was one of my original favorite booktubers when I first discovered BookTube, along with A Clockwork Reader, of course. When I first discovered her, I went back to her old videos, and she has a lot of videos, and just binge watched them all because I just really loved how she talked about books, and you could clearly tell through her videos, and still can, that she loves storytelling so much, and it was just such an enjoyable thing to watch her talk about something that she truly loved. She inspired me, especially through her reading vlogs, to read more, and just not more books, but actually optimizing my time during the week to actually pick up books more, and just even though they're just 20 minutes of reading, it's still a reading session, and not be afraid to do more reading, because there's a lot of times when you're on your phone where you could have actually spent 30 minutes reading. And I'm so bad at that. I do my reading in big hours. So I'm reading a couple of hours in one sitting. And I rarely do those where I only read for 30 minutes or something. And she just inspired me to optimize my reading more. And just her reading vlogs in general is an inspiration and truly goals. She usually doesn't vlog outside, so it's kind of astonishing that she can create this content that I love without getting out of the house. Now, the next person I want to talk about is G from Book Roast. She is just truly an amazing human being, and I just love her for that, and all the extra things that she puts out in the world, videos and Instagram posts and everything, is a bonus, because having her in this world is truly an inspiration in itself. She is one of my favorite booktubers of all time. I just adore her and what she does, and I don't care what kind of content she puts out, if it's book related or movie related or just completely different, like health related. Honestly, I genuinely enjoy everything she puts out. Her videos in general is just so relaxing and calming to watch, and honestly, it's such a privilege to get to watch them. I'm truly thankful for her existence and that she had the courage to share it all with us. The thing that inspires me most about G is her honesty to herself and to her viewers. She always tries to be honest and transparent about everything in her life, and that includes her health, which sometimes can be uncomfortable to share. So she just inspires me to be a better person and to be considerate to others, but most importantly to myself as well. Another thing is that she's from Lithuania and lives in Scotland. So she moved to Scotland when she was a young age by herself, I think. I think she was around 18 when she moved to Scotland. So I relate in that sense, that you're living in a country that isn't your original home. And I don't know, it was just nice to see someone who was a non-native speaker making it in a English speaker dominated world. And she has such a large following, which is truly an inspiration to us all international booktubers who want to be bigger or want to grow their channel. We can look to Book Roast and see, she did it, we can too. The next person I want to talk about is Monica Kim. My appreciation of Monica is a lot similar to my appreciation of G from Book Roast. I love how Monica is so unapologetically herself and does what interests her. Her aesthetic is a big thing that inspires me to be myself and my own persons and put the things out in the world that I want to put out and not the things that I expect other people wanting to see. And her videos, like Book Roast, is just so relaxing and calming to watch in general, and just listening to her voice is so relaxing. The next person I'm gonna talk about is Emma from emmmabooks. So the thing that originally attracted me to emmmabooks was her love for Cassandra Clare's books, and I stayed for her personality. She is so empathetic and speaks so well that her videos honestly feels like some higher level of content. However, it still feels down to earth because she's not talking down to you. She's just having discussions with you in a very relaxing kind of way and coming up with points and arguments that just are so intelligent that you're amazed but still you feel connected to her. I love to see how she evolved as a person throughout her videos, throughout the years that she has done BookTube. She's such an academic inspiration to me because of her passion for psychology. She just shows that it's possible to work on getting your degree while juggling reading and doing BookTube. And that is truly an amazing feat, and I highly respect her for doing that. I recently just started university myself, so her videos have never been more of an inspiration than before. The seventh person I want to talk about is jessetheReader. So I consider Jesse being one of the OG booktubers because he has done booktube for so many years now, and he has been popular within the community. Almost everyone know about him, and it's been so nice to see him grow as a person along the years. What inspires me most about Jesse is his creativity and editing skills and the work that goes into his videos. You can really tell that he puts 100% effort in all of his videos, and they are truly high quality. It is just truly amazing that he can continue on being this and continue creating such creative videos while he is such an old booktuber. He still has things in him and he's not run out of ideas, and he keeps coming up with new ones. And it's truly an inspiration for all of us who is doing booktube, and especially the ones who are maybe feeling a bit stagnant and feel like they need some new inspiration. I highly recommend watching jessetheReader's videos, even though he's very hyped up and he is very mainstream within the booktube community, and a lot of people are against the big booktubers, but I think jessetheReader deserves everything that he has gotten. And I also just want to say that I love the direction he is going in now. It just shows that if you're true to yourself, your audience will stick with you and let you and allow you to grow to the person you're meant to be. The next booktuber I want to talk about is Books with Chloe. Books with Chloe is an Australian booktuber who is half Korean, I believe. Just her aesthetics alone is an inspiration. I just love how she is so much herself and unapologetically so. I feel like some booktubers tend to do a lot of the things that they expect people want to see. However, I feel like Chloe is balancing well with the things that she wants to put out and the things that her subscribers want to see. As a viewer, it's hard to see the effort that the creator is putting in to videos and putting into video making and the video ideas, to see the struggle behind the scene that maybe they're doing videos that they don't want to do, but they're putting it out because there's an audience that are demanding those kind of videos. But I feel like watching Books with Chloe and seeing her journey dealing with that is kind of an inspiration for us to know that if we ever end up in that situation, we can get through it, we can deal with it. And it also just helps that her subscribers, me including, love her goth aesthetic. Her vlogs are also just something that I strive to get to as a booktuber myself. Her quality and the balance of life vlogging and book vlogging is just so well done that the vlog is still interesting while being book related, but also interesting in the way that you get to see parts of her life. And that is something that truly inspires me, and I'm still learning myself how to do. And her bookshelves is honestly what I strive mine to be like. The last person I want to talk about is chelseadolling Reads. So Chelsea is probably one of my favorite people on BookTube. I wish I could be her friend, to be honest. She just feels so real and connected to her audience, and I'm so sad that she doesn't make videos anymore. But her health comes first. From what I can gather, she's actually starting school soon. I'm just beyond excited for her, and I don't care about the BookTube content. She is getting on with life, and I respect her for that. And I will be happy if she decides to come back to the BookTube community, but if she doesn't, I will respect that decision and just be thankful for the videos that we did get from her. And if she decides to come back, I will of course welcome her back like it was only a week ago her last video was up. She just inspires me to be a decent human being and to be down to earth about this whole YouTube thing. Just chill and enjoy what you do on here and don't let anything pressure you. I'm glad that we got to see some of Chelsea's journey with BookTube, and I wish her the best of luck in her future. And here in the end, I just want to shout out some booktubers that I still love, but if I included in this video, it would be too long. Alex on the Block, Basically Brit, Chandler Ainsley, Cody's Book Corner, Fictional Fates, Just Angus, Lisa Mary Reads, Little Wolf, Mika Agosti or Agoste, Milky Booze, Mina Reads, Naya Reads and Smiles, always a good smile, Noelle Gallagher, Read by Tiffany, Reading with Mo, Stories for Coffee, and Tiana T. And so many more, of course. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and see you next time, I guess. Bye!